in Azam City. You're watching One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with information, news, sports, and public affairs. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with love. Ang telebisyong pangmasa. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. One TV special report.
There are 8 members present, including the Honorable Majority Floor Leader.
There being 8 members present, the chair declares a quorum. Welcome to this public hearing, joint committee hearing of the Committee on Transportation and Public Utilities, Committee on Rules, Laws and Style, Committee on Police, Fire Services and Peace and Order. We thank you for your sharing your very valuable time this afternoon to attend this very significant occasion, public hearing on a very significant ordinance. Ordinance establishing the Azam City Traffic Light Code. As you know, we have already public hearing on this being undertaken by the Peace and Order Council, I think, early part this year. This ordinance was already passed on the first reading. After this public hearing, we are going to deliberate this ordinance on the second reading. But prior to this, we have to conduct this public hearing to solicit views and opinions and very important inputs from all the stakeholders. We need your inputs to guide the council on our proposal and exhibitions ordinance. Before I proceed, may I receive time to acknowledge our very important visitors who are attending this public hearing today, aside from the student members.
Christine May P. Canyo, Punong Barangay of Gimad. M. Carion, Barangay Kagawad of Maningkol. Ramel Baroga, Barangay Kagawad of Dimaluna. Caroline Atis, Barangay Treasurer of M. Carion, Barangay Kagawad of Maningkol. Ramel Baroga, Barangay Kagawad of Dimaluna. Caroline Atis, Barangay Treasurer of Litapan. Honorable Elvira Maligon, Barangay Captain of Labo. Alfar Ocampos, Barangay Kagawad of Lam'an. Honorable Jomar Icolcol, Punong Barangay of Sangayjot. Honorable Junicio P. Detalla, Punong Barangay of Bacolod. Honorable Benjamin P. Pacaldo, Punong Barangay of Kapukaw C. Noel Malaubang, Barangay Kagawad of Tabit. Honorable Nina P. Blasco, Punong Barangay of Balintawak. PMAG Dennis Tano, Deputy FC, 2nd PMFC. Romeo G. Pausal, Punong Barangay of Gotocan, Daco. Honorable Raymunda S. Bendijo, Punong Barangay of Gango. Honorable Julieta R. Laurete, Punong Barangay of Calabayan. Ma'am Gakasan Agapito III, Teacher of Medina College. Honorable Evelyn L. Recamadas, Punong Barangay of 50th District. Mark Gano, Chapter Admin of Red Cross. PSSG Joy Christopher Rienos, 2nd PMFC, PNP. Rosopio C. Field, Punong Barangay Rosque C. Field, Punong Barangay of Doña Consuelo. Ma'am Mary Mura Alianic, City Engineer. Aloe Jasper Gaid, Representative from Mulikay. Pablito M. Abasolo, BOD Ozor de Transco. JDD David, BOD Ozor de Transco. Joviniano M. Layson, Barangay Kagawad of Gutucanjot. Sauni Navarro, Chief from LTO. Ari Monia Plato, School Principal of FMCMA. Bienvenido Hinoktan, Admoda Board. Lionel Iliagon, Almoda Secretary from Almoda. Merasil Cabal, Barangay Kagawad of Litapan. Honorable Alejandro Purgatorio, Punong Barangay of Cavite. Honorable Herminiana C. Perez, Punong Barangay of Gingona. Goromon Roboton. Honorable Nina F. C. Romero, Punong Barangay of Bagakay. Representative Alpha Sabadoque, OCPS from PNP. Jorlan T. Moralion, Federated President Driver. Honorable Jojo C. Bano, Punong Barangay of Sinusa. Arnold S. Casinto, Punong Barangay of Stimson Abordo. Lumayag Judy R. as Miss Occidental. Mahinay Rowell B. as Miss Occidental. Eldrin D. Tapon as Miss Occidental. Francisco M. Zulitz, LGU. Jehoram B. Pahera, MPP from DPWH. Wender T. Inaan, City MS, LGU. Emma B. Aranas, Manaka. Honorable Roger C. Abis, Punong Barangay of Trigos. Dionisio C. Aranas, DPWH 2nd. Honorable Julie Q. Baco, Punong Barangay. Nelson Kanumay, Punong Barangay of Carmen Annex. Crispin Torrifiel from Lasal. Arlen C. Villa, SEPS, DepEd Ozamis.
How about the advantage of the NGO? Wala. We have here Atty. Solita, we have here the city engineer, Alanik. And also our city minister. Okay. Again, thank you for your coming to this very important public hearing. I know you are very busy in your respective activities, in your business and other personal life, but you devoted your very valuable time to this public hearing today. As we know, our traffic lights were started to be installed by our NGO to our city mayor, Atty. Environmental, last year yet, no? Simber pa, i-install na sugod. Ginaman na hantod, dagan na ang traffic lights. Pero we did not impose strictly the regulation, the rules to afford our public mag-adjust sa atong traffic lights, especially the commuters, no? Uban, ignorante pa sa red light, walang right turn, di pa kapamilya, so we deferred the strict regulation to the ordinance. Although we already discussed this in detail public hearing sa atong Peace Order Council. This ordinance has already passed on the first reading, and I told you, we'll schedule a second reading after this public hearing. It's very important kay ang inyong mga inputs, labi na sa ato LTO with Ma'am Salome Navarro, ato mga pulis, who are obliged to help us this ordinance, matabangan ni sa council ang pagkaligid unsay na gusto nga mga istiplasyon nga itong i-apply sa ordinance. So, we encourage all the stakeholders, tanang tawid, tanang komunidad, Bismen, we have been represented dito, Sir Kerwin, si sa December. I hope everybody will be proactive and participate in this public hearing. We would like to start by requesting our City Legal Department, ato ni Pansi Solita, to introduce the selling points of this ordinance for the benefit of everybody. Ato ni Solita, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everybody. Ingat to sa tanan. Thank you so much for coming here to discuss this ordinance, an ordinance establishing the San City Traffic Light Ordinance, providing benefits thereof, and for other purposes. As mentioned earlier by the Honorable Attorney Tapayan, this was already discussed in the POCC Joint Committee meeting, which the public was also invited. This was to get your additional inputs because before this ordinance was to be set for public hearing. So, to discuss the salient points, we'll begin with the scope of application. Now, generally, ang scope of application sa atong ordinance encompasses both national and local roads. Considering this, the local government unit of Osamis, territorial jurisdiction man gid niya, under the concept of parens patriae, the city is concerned with all whatever happens within its territorial jurisdiction. Now, it covers traffic rules and regulations for all road users, regardless as to whether or not they are merely sojourners, kanang igo na nila sa Osamis, or whether or not they are residents. So, let's go to Section 5, Article 2. Section 5, Article 2. Obedience to traffic light signals. We have concluded our first phase of the traffic light installation. Naanatay traffic lights within national roads, choke points, nga itong matawag nga kanang high traffic areas. Now, what does Section 5, Article 2 mean? So, very encompassing diretso sa Section 5A, every person shall at all times observe and comply with the instructions of any traffic light signal applicable to him. So every person, general na gid siya, regardless if visitor mo sa Osamis or dili, resident mo sa Osamis or dili, every person shall observe and comply with the instructions of any traffic light signal. Why does this ordinance say nga every person? Because as discussed in the previous POCCDR meeting, anywhere you are in the Philippines, you are expected to know na a red traffic light signal means stop and a green traffic light signal means go. So kumbaga, regarding traffic light signals, there is no room for leeway anymore. You are expected to know that before you got your license. So, what does a green signal mean? A green signal very simply says go. Now, you are allowed to go except, sir, if you may highlight the text in bold, unless a separate signal, kanang apart, sir, please. Unless a separate signal, yes. Now, green means go except if there is a separate signal that tells you to go. What is an example of this? Kanang intersection sa karaan na Caltex unahan sa land bank. Even if the light is green, there is actually a sign that tells you you are not allowed to go left or bawal ka mag-U-turn. So even if the light is green, because there is an existing physical signal or signboard that tells you you are not allowed to go left, you are not allowed to go left, even if green. You cannot argue, for example, na green man ang light, so I thought it was okay for me to turn left. Green light signal simply means you can proceed straight ahead, except if there is a separate sign that prohibits you from making the turn. Now, if you are allowed to turn left or if you are allowed to turn right, you shall actually give way to any pedestrians. Because diba, if go ang signal, generally, ang green man signal na dito maside sa right, pwede sila motabok dito. If mo turn right ka, ang right of way actually naa sa pedestrian, wala sa vehicle turning right. Okay. And then, a green walking man signal is an instruction that a pedestrian facing the traffic light signal may proceed across the thoroughfare. So, pares na siya. Green circle signal for vehicles and then green walking signal for pedestrians. Now, what is an amber light signal? An amber light signal simply means na yellow. It's yellow. Now, what do we do if we see a yellow sign? You shall not proceed beyond the stop line. If we notice before the traffic light, there is a solid white line. That is what we call a stop line. Now, if makita na ninyo ang amber signal, and it's very helpful kay most of our traffic lights here have built-in timers, pwede na kita nyo mabana-bana if maigo ba mo sa amber light signal or dili. If maigo na ganin mo sa amber light signal, it is expected that what? You shall not proceed beyond the stop line. Maginahinay na gid mo brake. And then finally, one of the most important signs ang atong red light signal. Now, red light signal alone means that what? You shall not proceed straight ahead or turn beyond the traffic light signal itself. So red, automatic stop na gid na siya. Okay. And then some ancillary signs such as a green light arrow. This is commonly found in Jollibee Laman, for example, a green light arrow, because different ang go for the straight and then go for the left. So a green light arrow means that you can actually proceed in the direction indicated by the arrow. And then an amber light arrow, same with the provisions of the above. Now when it's amber, yellow, you are not allowed to go beyond the stop line. And then a red light arrow, same lang yapon with the understanding na if red light arrow siya, you are not allowed to go there. You are not allowed to cross beyond the stop line. That's section 5, the traffic light signals. Now what about section 6? Section 6 discusses traffic signs. Now, traffic signs installed shall be obeyed by motorists at all times. So, we already have an existing ordinance on this, Ordinance 1059-13. And if example, naka-experience na mo nga basin natikitan mo, makita ninyo the citation ticket will actually read Ordinance 1059-13. That's because Ordinance 1059-13 actually penalizes already these things. Mga no parking, mga no U-turn. What this ordinance does is it will actually amend the provisions of 1059-13. So what are the signs nga tanaw na to kay para atong i-obey at all times? A driver shall not cause his vehicle to turn at any intersection contrary to the instruction to turn on any. No turns, no left turn, no right turn, or no U-turn. Makita na to na sa highway halos. Especially those sa Pure Gold, sa Land Bank, padulong na straight, padulong sa Greenwich. Then, when a one-way sign is installed facing a driver, the driver shall not proceed on that thoroughfare beyond the sign. Kaning one-way nga sign atong makita, especially, sir, if you may back me up on this, kaning one-way, dapit sa may merkado. Pero na one-way, nagkatubang sa imuha, napamangyapoy galahos. Napagyapoy galahos. So, we will be strict on this. Kay maklaro naman good kayo, mabasa na ang one-way sign, it's installed facing a driver, you shall not proceed beyond that sign. Same lang gyapon with the no entry. One way no entry, generally no entry, wala kay makasulod, wala makagawas. No overtaking or passing sign, you shall not overtake or pass a vehicle traveling the same direction. And then a driver shall not drive a vehicle and its load when it exceeds the weight indicated on the bridge load limit sign facing the driver. Now keep right, the driver shall pass right to the sign. And then keep left, the driver shall pass left to the sign. And then stoplight, generally, we use that sa atong intersections. Especially katong mga intersections nga wala tay traffic lights. The general rule in the stop sign is who is first to stop will be the next to go. So, generally, ngay nana kita dapat ang atong sundon. And then give way, it's yield. And then give way. Let's go to Naog, sir, please. Letter K, no U-turn. We've discussed that already. Naog pa. Nara, letter L, the insertion discussed. When we discussed this in the initial POC meeting, this was not there. But because of some inputs from our City Traffic Management Services, we installed this provision in the ordinance. Now, where a no swerving sign is installed adjacent to a thoroughfare to face an approaching driver, the driver shall not change lanes within the entire zone of enforcement, designated by the sign, which commences immediately beyond the sign and extends until the driver crosses the intersection after the traffic light. Now, what does the no swerving beyond this point mean? 200 meters before an incoming traffic light, nanay sign nga makita, no swerving beyond this point. What is swerving? Swerving is the act of physically changing lanes from left to right. Mag-ana-ana ka. Why was this meant to be prohibited by this ordinance? Because it's actually one of the causes for traffic. Nga, imbes nga straight down ta ka, because you have to, naimuli ko nga pawala, siyempre mo brake ka. And ang stoplight, given nga medyo limited gid ang atong time sa go, because ang traffic light, upat ka lanes ang ihang ginakater, mas makalangay na inon siya. Kaning no swerving beyond this point, you are not allowed to change lanes anymore beyond this point. So 200 meters bale, you have to choose a lane. Mo right ka, you have to stay to the right side of the lane. Mo turn left ka or mo straight ka, you go to the left side of the lane. So bawal na ka na mag-ana-ana kasi mo lane. Now, what are exceptions under this rule? Well, the prohibition on lane changes applies unless the natural route of the driver is physically blocked by an unforeseen and unavoidable obstruction. Na ay natirikan sa dalan, na ay naguba ang kalsada, of course, it's expected na as a driver, you are to avoid these matters. So, pwede na siya in that sense. So, the lane change, however, it shall be executed with extreme caution without endangering other road users. Now, kaning turn right anytime with care. Most, if not all, of the traffic signs, traffic lights na we have here are established on intersections. Now, generally, especially sa atong status quo, you are actually allowed to turn right anytime, regardless sa traffic light signal, mapa-red or mapa-green lang. Now, what is turn right anytime with care? Even if the traffic light signal is red, if naani siya nga sign ang turn right anytime with care, you are permitted to turn right. Now, the driver is permitted to execute a right turn at the intersection even if the traffic signal facing him or her displays a red traffic signal. However, again, as discussed, ang naay right of way ani ang katong green ang ilang traffic light or ang mga pedestrian. Ang kaning mga turn right anytime, they have to exercise caution that they do not endanger any other vehicle that has the natural right of way or any other pedestrian that crosses, because green man signal man na sa ilahang end. And then finally, when a thoroughfare is divided into two parts by a solid unbroken line, you are not allowed to cross any line for any purpose. So, makita man nato na sa highway nga generally solid line man na sila. You are not allowed to cross the line even if you are to overtake, to make a U-turn, or to otherwise change your crossing. Kanamang kung pag-ana, pagtabok-tabok sa lane, which that actually causes the danger. Nga kanang two lanes, and then mo tabok sa isa, kay mo overtake, that causes the danger. So we're going to strictly enforce nga if double solid lane gani na siya, bawal na gid mo tabok. Now, exceptions for emergency vehicles. Bale, well, to cut the story short on Section 7, any driver of an emergency vehicle may, under the circumstances, not follow the rules or regulations under this ordinance. Well, we have to understand nga if emergency vehicle ka, well, sir, if we may go back to the definition of terms sa taas, what is an emergency vehicle? Tara, a motor vehicle which conveys members of law enforcement on police duty, conveys personnel of a fire brigade traveling to or on duty at any place to respond to a fire or an alarm of fire, is an ambulance or any other vehicle, private or public, answering an urgent call or conveying to a hospital any injured or sick person. Ang qualifier dapat nato ani is time is of the essence. And then any vehicle used to obtain blood or other supplies for a person needing treatment. And finally, a vehicle duly authorized as an emergency vehicle by the city government of Osamis. So these 5 vehicles, notwithstanding the rules established in this ordinance, can actually go against the rules and regulations established therein. So even if double solid line, for example, pwede rin sa emergency vehicle. Again, the underlying consideration lang yun is dili po sila makadamay kumang tao. Then, Article 3, installation and interference with traffic control items. No person shall install, establish, or display on any road or in the view of any person on any road or interfere with, alter, or take down any traffic control sign or item. Now, what does the article or section 8 mean? If there is a sign established by the LGU or any competent authority like the DPWH, no person is allowed to take them down as they please. Dili ko ganahan nga sign, ako ning kwaon, ako ning tabunan. Or, make their own signs and signals. Magtukod ko direct no parking dapit sa akong kalsada kay para ako ray makaparking. As discussed by Sir Edgel, the DILG of Ozamis City, the DILG person for Ozamis City, under the rules and regulations of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, bawal gina sila. You are not allowed to have any sign that, kumbaga, I am putting this sign up so I can call a spot on the street my own. Bawal gina siya. No single person has any right or any specific right to a specific street, regardless as to whether the same, it is actually adjacent sa ilahang home or sa ilahang place of business. It's public road. Kita tanan tagya na, bale. So, ano si Sir Edgel, makita ganina siya, not only nga i-clear na siya sa DILG, but you will also be penalized by this ordinance. Okay. And then number 9, section 9, whenever a sign exists on the road, it shall be considered as effective and operative as an item established for the purpose under this ordinance. And then section 10, no person shall be allowed to carry sirens, bells, horns, or whistles, except if you are an emergency vehicle. So, bawal ang wang-wang, kumbaga. Okay, penal provisions. Now, before we go to the penal provisions, we received, the committee has received a letter from the chamber regarding the penalty, the discussion on the penalty. Upon deliberation, the implementing office, the City Traffic Management Services, thought it best na we keep the penalty as it is, to serve not only as a deterrent, but to also, kumbaga, ipakita na to sa people na Ozamis is very serious about its traffic rules and regulations. But, ang atuan lang yung kumbaga, ang ma-promise lang yun sa implementing agency ani is that we will impose these penalties without arbitrariness. That we will impose the penalties fairly to the extent of the law. So, let's go to the penalties. A, beating the red light. Very common penalty. We asked the CTMS present here how many, the statistics as to pila na ang nadakpan just for this year.
Mayong hapon atong tanan dire sa atong committee hearing. Ang bahin yun sa kuan sa ato ang traffic nga bahin anang failure to stop. Ubay-ubay na gyud ang atong natikitan ng failure to stop, pero wa pa ta mo gamit anang sa citation ticket nga kanang beating the red light kay wala pa maning ordinansa ha. Ang atong gigamit pa nga failure to stop gabase ta sa 10.5-10 traffic obstruction. Munay ato panang gihatag nato sa mga violations nato nga gihatag. Pero sa beating the red light wala pa mi mo kuan na kay wala pa man pud ma-approve pa. Salamat.
Pero sa failure to stop, sir, pila naman ang natiketan sa CTMS?
Sa ako lang estimate ana.
This year lang.
Pagsukol ta to sa atong kuan na to sa December kaman karon dili na mawala na to mga 500 na dabay.
More or less 500 na.
More or less.
So that's an average of June naman ta karon 100 violators per month. Now imagine, let's take that number, 100 violators per month, and then let's see what happens to those numbers after this ordinance is to be enacted. So makita na to, 100 violators, tungod kay inana pa ang penalty, inana pa ang ato ang, well, the penalty for 1059-13 sa failures to stop sir is pila? 1 100 pesos. That's not an effective deterrent. If nagdaligid ko, for example, I will simply just say, bayad na lang ko ng 100 pesos and then just be done with it. Kani at least medyo alang-alang na siya nga penalty. Again, let's make this clear. The reason for this penalty is not to make money, but it's actually to serve as a deterrent. The city government of Osamis will be very happy if wala may makolekta under this ordinance. Because that would mean that people in Osamis are disciplined. Now, beating the red light, failure to stop when a red light traffic signal is displayed. Disregarding traffic signs and signals, if there is a traffic sign, there is a traffic signal, and you go contrary to what is said in the signal or sign, you will be penalized under section, sir, saka gamay sir please. Saka, pikas. Section 11 of this ordinance. Now what is the penalty under section 11 of the ordinance? First offense, a fine of 5,000 pesos. Will still carry the fine of 5,000 pesos, which involves a seminar on traffic rules and regulations. Now, second offense, the same fine, 5,000 pesos, pero nanaiko gani, or 3 months imprisonment. Now, if you're a first offender, wala pagit ka makasuhan in the courts ever since, the LGU will instead pray for community service. But DILG says that the LGU cannot impose the penalty of community service. Only the honorable courts can. So, daghapon kang korte, ug moingon si korte nga, the LGU has prayed for community service, pero this person deserves to be in prison, wala gid mabuhat sa LGU. And then third offense, 5,000 pesos and 6 months imprisonment or community service. Now, first offense, second offense, third offense, naagyapoy seminar on traffic rules and regulations. Now, sir. Now, another discussion, obstruction. Obstruction is when the thoroughfare is being, when a vehicle, emergency vehicles, unduly blocks the free passage of other vehicles on a thoroughfare, including blocking the free passage to the right of an intersection where there are no traffic signs prohibiting such a turn, or when a turn right anytime with care is installed. When there is a sign nga nag-ingon nga turn right anytime with care, and you still are insistent on staying on that right lane, you can be tagged with the offense of obstruction. And then you will be fined 3,000 pesos for your first offense, and for your second and subsequent offenses, fine of 5,000 pesos and a seminar on traffic rules and regulations.
In Osama City, you're watching One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with information, news, sports, and public affairs. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel. Serving you with love. Ang telebisyong pangmasa. One TV News Channel. One TV News Channel.